Have you ever wondered what secrets the ancient Egyptian myths might hold? Welcome to a journey back in time, to a civilization that was once the cradle of human knowledge and culture. Ancient Egypt, a realm shrouded in mystery and allure, a place where mythology was not just a part of life, but life itself. When we talk about ancient Egypt, we often visualize towering pyramids, mighty pharaohs, and intricate hieroglyphs. But there's more to it. The heart of this civilization beats within its rich and vibrant mythology, a tapestry woven with tales of gods, goddesses, monsters, and magic. These myths are not just bedtime stories told to Egyptian children, they are the soul of the civilization, reflecting the beliefs, values, and aspirations of the ancient Egyptians. They provide us a window into understanding their perspective of life, death, and the universe. Let's take a step into this mystical world. Imagine living in a time when the gods walked the earth, where every event, from the rising of the sun to the flooding of the Nile, was attributed to a divine entity. Picture a society where myths were not just stories, but were integral to the fabric of daily life, guiding rituals, religious practices, and even the ruling of the land. But why are these myths important? Because they are not just tales spun from imagination. Each myth, each god, each symbol carries a deeper meaning and insight into how this civilization perceived the world. They hold the key to understanding the sophisticated philosophy and rich cultural heritage of the ancient Egyptians. So, are you ready to decode these mythical narratives, to explore the intricate labyrinth of symbolism and allegory, to uncover the secrets that have been buried under the sands of time? Join us as we delve into the depths of these captivating tales and unravel the truths behind them. This is not just an exploration of myths, it's an adventure into the heart of one of the world's most remarkable civilizations. Let's begin the journey. Imagine a world where the universe is created from an infinite, lifeless sea. This is the world of ancient Egyptian creation myths. In the heart of this boundless, chaotic ocean known as Nun, a mound of earth miraculously appears. From this mound, the first god Atum emerges, personifying the elements of air and moisture. In the solitude of this primeval expanse, Atum creates two deities from himself, Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. These two deities go on to have two children, Geb and Nut, symbolizing earth and sky respectively. As the family of gods expands, so does the universe. The world as we know it begins to take shape. Geb, the earth god, lies beneath, while Nut, the sky goddess, arches over him, her body studded with sparkling stars. Between them, Shu holds them apart, creating room for air and life. But the act of creation is not always harmonious. Nut and Geb are separated by their father Shu against their will, causing great sorrow. This divine drama reflects the ancient Egyptians' understanding of natural phenomena like the daily separation of earth and sky. The creation myth doesn't end here. Nut gives birth to four children, Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. These gods and goddesses play significant roles in the events that shape the world and humanity. They govern aspects of life and death, embodying the ancient Egyptians' deep-rooted belief in the afterlife. In this myth, we see a world born out of chaos where gods personify elements of nature and cosmic events are explained through divine drama. Ancient Egyptians saw their gods not just as spiritual beings, but also as explanations for the world around them. This creation myth, as intriguing as it is, speaks volumes about the ancient Egyptians' perception of the universe and life. What if a tale of betrayal, death, and resurrection was an integral part of a civilization's mythological fabric? Let's delve into the ancient Egyptian myth of Osiris and Isis, a story that encapsulates these elements in a most dramatic fashion. The tale begins with Osiris, the benevolent king of Egypt, and his queen, the enchanting Isis. Osiris was a just ruler, beloved by his people. His rule, however, stirred jealousy in the heart of his brother Set, who hatched a sinister plot to usurp the throne. In a grand banquet, Set tricked Osiris into laying down in a beautiful chest, which he promptly sealed and threw into the Nile. The chest, acting as Osiris's coffin, drifted away, marking the tragic demise of the king, but the story doesn't end here. Devastated by her husband's death, Isis embarked on a relentless quest to find him. Her journey took her to the far corners of the world until she finally discovered the chest in a distant land. She returned to Egypt with Osiris's body, intending to bring him back to life. Using her magical powers, Isis succeeded in reviving Osiris, but only long enough for her to conceive a son, Horus. Osiris then descended into the underworld, becoming the immortal ruler of the afterlife. Horus, the offspring of Osiris and Isis, grew up to be a mighty warrior. He challenged his uncle Set, avenging his father's death and reclaiming the throne that was rightfully his. This tale of Osiris and Isis is more than a riveting story of love, betrayal, and resurrection. It's a symbolic narrative of the cycles of death and rebirth, reflecting the ancient Egyptians' deep-rooted belief in the concept of life after death. Just as the sun sets to rise again, Osiris's death led to his rebirth in the afterlife. His son, Horus, signified a new beginning, rising from the ashes of betrayal to restore order and justice. The tale of Osiris and Isis, a tale of love and resurrection, tells us about the ancient Egyptians' beliefs in life after death. Imagine a world where the sun is a god who sails across the sky in a boat. Now let's take a trip back in time to ancient Egypt, where the concept of time was not marked by the ticking of a clock, but by the journey of the sun across the sky. This journey was personified by the sun god Ra. Ra, the radiant deity with a sun disk adorning his head, was revered and worshipped as the king of all gods. His realm was not only confined to the sky, but extended to the underworld and the vast expanse of the earth. Every morning, Ra would embark on his celestial boat, sailing across the sky, creating daylight. As dusk fell, Ra would descend into the underworld, marking the onset of night. But Ra's journey was not just a simple voyage, it was a battle of survival. Every night he would fight against the serpent of chaos, Apep, ensuring the world was safe from darkness and chaos. With the break of dawn, Ra's victory was celebrated, symbolizing rebirth and renewal. This daily ritual of Ra was of utmost significance to the ancient Egyptians. It wasn't just about the rising and setting of the sun, it was a profound symbol of the cyclical nature of life, death, and resurrection. This cycle was mirrored in the rhythm of daily life, the ebb and flow of the Nile, and the changing of the seasons. The story of Ra, therefore, was more than a mere myth. It was a spiritual guidebook that helped the ancient Egyptians understand the world around them. It shaped their concepts of time, life, and even morality. The journey of Ra taught them about the eternal struggle between order and chaos, light and dark, good and evil. So, the next time you watch the sun rise and set, remember Ra, the sun god. His story is a reminder that life is a journey filled with challenges, victories, and inevitable cycles of change. The story of Ra is not just a story, it's a reflection of how the ancient Egyptians viewed time and the rhythm of life. So what secrets have these ancient Egyptian myths revealed to us? Well, they've allowed us a peek into the depth of the cultural, spiritual, and philosophical fabric of one of the most fascinating civilizations in human history. Firstly, the creation myth, a tale of the universe's birth from the waters of chaos, is more than a fantastical origin story. It reflects the ancient Egyptians' understanding of the world around them, their fascination with natural elements, and their belief in the cyclical nature of life and death, symbolized by the primeval mound rising from the waters, much like the Nile's floodplains emerging after annual floods. Next, we delved into the tale of Osiris and Isis, a story rich with themes of love, betrayal, resurrection, and the eternal conflict between order and chaos. This myth, while dramatic, reveals how the ancient Egyptians perceived morality, justice, and the afterlife. It was their belief in divine justice embodied in this tale that laid the groundwork for their elaborate funerary practices. Then we turned our gaze to Ra, the sun god. His daily journey across the sky, dying in the evening and being reborn in the morning, mirrors the Egyptians' perception of the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. This story again highlights their keen observation of nature and its cycles, and how these observations shaped their religious beliefs. In essence, these myths, while filled with gods, magic, and fantastical elements, are a testament to the ancient Egyptians' understanding and interpretation of the world. They reveal a civilization that was deeply spiritual, with a strong moral compass and an intricate understanding of natural phenomena. These stories were not just tales to entertain or frighten, but were integral to their cultural identity, shaping their rituals, their art, and their daily life. Ancient Egyptian myths, far from being mere stories, are a window into a fascinating world and a testament to a civilization's rich cultural tapestry.